Okay, guys, let's get this ball rolling. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's go ahead and get into our 113 career. Now, I've run into an issue that I'm going to have to work on first before I get into our normal career. I was playing my personal career game that I have set up on here that I'm going to pull up on the screen for you in a second. Let me get my mouse over to it. And I'm keeping my camera up for just for a few minutes so you can get a wide shot of, so you can see everything for right now. I'll put it on in a little bit. I was playing my personal career earlier before getting ready to start streaming. Then I had to run to the store real quick, which took a little bit of time, so that's why I'm started late. Okay, that's our career that's up here. That's what we're going to get into in just a minute. What I'm going to run into is I'm going to run into my personal career that I set up, and I ran into a problem. Now, I'm going to go search online for it when I take my break in about 2 hours. That would be about 7:30, which I'll do it. And I'm going to go search for the problem, the fix for it. Here's what I've run into. I've gone into the space plane hangar, and I put the wheels on normally, like you're normally supposed to do. Connect them, line them up, boom, okay, they're straight. Well, I've run into a problem where I've gotten onto the said runway, and, well, I can't drive my vehicle. Let's pull this thing up. Maybe coming out of the game and coming back in fixes it, but I don't know. Now, these wheels are on correctly. They are not blocked. That's where the problem is. It says when I get on the runway, they're blocked. How? I would like to know. Now, I'll ask this question again later on in the game when I go to build rovers, because if they're blocked there, I'm wondering if they're blocked on the runway. I'm wondering if they're blocked on said launch pad. Now, if they're not blocked on the launch pad, I will run them from there. Unfortunately, I hate having to do it. Load passengers. Okay, now I'm going to right click on it. The wheel is blocked. Let me put on the brakes anyway. Let me lock the brakes in. Okay, it says the wheel is blocked. Now, here's my problem. Well, here's my question. How is that wheel blocked? What is blocking this wheel? Or should I say any of the wheels, because it shows up all of them as being blocked wheels. How? I don't know. And for now, I'm going to open up this while we're talking about it. That way I can keep it charged. Yes, I'm using that solar panel on the top. But how is any of these wheels blocked? Even this one. This one's blocked. That one's blocked. How in the world, how in the Kerbal Mines is that blocked? Is it because they're sitting into the runway? Quite possible. Well, what we'll do is we will revert to flight and we will find out, because I'm now going to transfer this from the VAB, now the spaceplane hangar launch area, to the VAB's launch area. And we're going to find out if this vessel still acts the same way. Now, it might be a wheel problem with the runway. Don't know. But I'm going to find out, and what I'm going to do is I might pop out of the game, check the file integrity real quick, and let it download whatever it needs to download and repair the problem, and maybe that'll fix it. It might be one little file that's going, nope, we're not going to work. Sorry, bye. We'll just sit here and cause you problems. We don't care. Okay, I'm going to click on this. That is only going to give me from that hangar. So, nope. Let's close that dialog off. Let's go in here and bring it into the VAB. And then we will go from there. I want to get this problem fixed. So basically, most of this episode is going to be working out wheel bug problem. And maybe I can find a workaround to be able to get this vessel to where I can actually get it running properly. Now, let's load that vessel in. And yes, it's going to look funky, floating in midair. which it usually does. Let me go to spaceplane hangar. Bring that in. We're transferring it over. Now, for safety's sake, I'm going to leave it right there. It's properly oriented. But what I'm going to do, the minute I touch it, it wants to do that. There we go. No, we're going to turn you this way. Now, you should be fine. I hope. Let's save you in this building. Let's check our passenger manifest. I'm missing a Kerbal. Missing my Kerbal. Where's my Kerbal? Where's my Kerbal? Oh! And we got my 2 moderators still as tourists. Well, we're not going to take you on this run. Where are you located at? I need 1 Kerbal. Even my Brainbot, and I got a couple of other people that I have that are in here. Okay, well, it's going to have me load you when we get to the the area, so we'll just save it and launch. And then it'll ask me to load passengers, and I'll load the passenger. And we'll go from there when it loads. Quick system, but KSP wants to take its time. That's fine by me. Hey, take your time. Do what you need to do. Go do your computations. Go up into the Kerbal Neither realm. Let's load the passenger. Okay, now let me check. Wheel blocked. How in the world is the wheel blocked? Do I have to place you on a launch clamp to ensure that the wheel is not blocked? Okay, this is something that's going to drive me bonkers, and I'm going to spend the episode mostly fixing this, because there's going to be some craft that I want to build to roam around Kerbal that I'm going to want to launch and have launched. Well, I'm going to do something here, and normally you don't do these at all whatsoever. But you know what? Who cares? I'm going to place you that far off the ground. Now, let's go a little lower. Where you're just above the ground. There, now. Now maybe I've got to launch them. There's the wolf. He woofed. Scared away everybody. His wolf is a little loud, so careful, you know. He's been fed though. Don't worry, he's been fed. Mr. Labs has been fed. Well, I'm broadcasting. Let me do this. It says I'm broadcasting and I'm connected and all that stuff, connected to the channel. Let me check on my end. And let me see what the heck's going on here. Let's see. Twitch TV. Let's open it in a new tab. Twitch might be being twitchy today. Let me check and see what's going on here. Okay, it's not showing up anything here. Wonder why I'm not having a stream. Okay, I exited host mode. Okay, well. It says I'm connected with my OBS. Alright, let me stop my recording. Start the recording again. Okay, now this is where we're at. For those of you that might have missed it, which I don't need that, I need to do this. Let's load the passenger. Now, wheel blocked? Yes. Okay, here's what I find funny. We are not touching the ground, as you can see. We're not touching. We are on launch clamps. Wheels still blocked either way. Okay, that's very disconcerting. Looks like we're going to spend some of this stream, actually we're going to spend most of Kerbal's time fixing this said problem. Now I'm going to try other wheels, which means I am getting out of this one. And oh, by the way, there probably will be kerplosions, the Kerbal term for explosions in English. And we are going to try another set of wheels. Now, once I've tried that, and if they say they're still blocked or we blow up, I'm going to go check the integrity of the data cache, the cache of the game, to see if there's a problem. Now, if there is a problem, it'll fix it. We'll get back into the game. And then we'll try it again. Now, where is my autosave? There it is. Now, I'm going to do a different ship. I'm going to load in a different one. I'm going to load in a stock part. I did not load research truck. As you notice, I click down here. Stock vessel. Load. There we go. Now, okay, that's a stock vessel. Now, somebody, let me get in here right. This is a stock vessel. The probe core is turned. Alright, well, let's try a different stock vessel. Let me try loading that one. Let me try loading it. This one here again. Okay, I loaded the other buggy vessel. It's still turned. Let's try this rover. Okay, that rover's fine. Just the buggy is just bugged. Okay, well, are we ready for the kerplosions? If you're not, oh well, they're going to happen. I got a funny feeling that it will blow up on the runway. Let's find out, shall we? And I'm just sitting back, waiting for it, and waiting patiently. Okay, now it's on the ground. I'm gonna lock the brakes. Are you blocked? No. Why was the Buffalo one blocked, but not these? What that tells me is that there must be something with the wheels with the Buffalo one. So, I have to build, I'm going to have to go in and check the data cache and check the mod itself real quick, which I'm going to throw on the screen and I'm going to let y'all see it. And let me go to Explorer. Actually, I don't have to. It'll probably blank out the screen on you once you exit the game. No, it won't exit that. It's picking it up as a screenshot. Alright, let's exit out and fix this problem. Because we're going to need specific types of vessels that I want to build. And I need all of them to function correctly. So we're going to fix this. You know, then I'm going to have to later on tonight, merge the two videos together that I have on my system and upload them. So that's going to be a fun part, and I'm going to have to rename them. Go through all that. The thrills of streaming. I got tongue-tied there for a second. Alright, let's get out of the game. I've got to check the data cache real quick. Then I'm going to go check the mods. And see what the problem is. Alright, let's pull this up. Let's go to synchronize. Let me go to the library. Let me let it sync. And it is all done. Kerbal Space Program. Properties. Local files. Verified integrity. Well, let's go through that part right there. I'm going to do this all on stream so you guys can see what I'm trying to do to fix that problem. That hopefully it's just a specific item with one item, but I'm going to also go and load up the CCAN thing that I have and uninstall Buffalo and reinstall it. So that way I can try to get that to work. Maybe it's, not updating properly. While that's doing that, it's verifying the integrity. Let me go ahead and close this off. I don't need it up while it's verifying it. Let me go ahead and pull up CCAN. That way you guys can see what I'm doing. Of the things that we have to do to try to take care of problems that we would have with said mods or anything. And this is a current version. Max version is 1.13. Well, Buffalo, I've got to remove you and I've got to reinstall you. And it takes out Pathfinder. Well, I'll put Pathfinder back on. Done. Okay, let's go here. Compatible. Okay, now Buffalo should be here. Buffalo is not in my compatibility list. Okay, for some reason they took it out. So my Buffalo is no longer here. So that must mean there's a problem with the mod if it is not showing up in my compatibility list. What I will do is I will go search for it online and find the mod again. Let's check and see if Pathfinder's here. And if now we do have Caribou Rover. I'm going to go ahead and throw that on. That's from Rover Dude, which I know a lot of his stuff is working properly. I'm not going to do Kerbalism. Kerbal Origins, that'll probably be for later on. Remote Tech and Antenna Range I'm going to do in another install. I'm going to have to rip it out of this section and copy it over and move it into another section. Now what I might do is go and get, see, even Pathfinder is not showing up. It's probably from the same one. Alright, let me install that. Let me get Caribou Rover. I'm going to have to use Caribou Rover for now. Okay, you're successfully installed. Okay, what is incompatible? Okay, Buffalo's not incompatible with this version, but I think he took the mod down because of some incompatibilities with the wheels. So let's go find ourselves a couple of other mods that we can add in that will work. Let's see. Game of Kerbals. Oh, geez. Nice. Makes me not want to get that. Late game stuff. Okay, let's see if Malamute is in here. Because if we took Buffalo out, that takes away from some of the things. There's Malamute. Let's get that installed. Another Robodude mod that'll work. And that's why I play my own personal career, to test out these in that by opening up everything to where I can do that. I'm not going to run persistent rotation. I will not run that after watching another streamer have trouble with it and the way it works. No, we are not going to do that. That I will not do. Realism overhaul, I'll think about. Still contemplating it, but I'm probably not going to. Let's see here. Let's see. Skylab, no. Smart Parts, Smart Stage, we'll leave alone. Fix standalone fixes for common stock KSP bugs. I'll go ahead and throw that in and see how much it fixes it, just to work on it. TAC life support and the Umbra's life support I'm not going to throw in. I'm not going to use life support at all. It's a pain in the butt of having to worry about supplies. So I'm not going to worry about all those supplies. Nope, not going to do it. Now, while that's downloading, 2 files failed to validate and will be reacquired. Okay. So, let's pull you up. Close you. That will do it in the background. Didn't mean to pull that up. Now let's go to library. And that's already updated. Boom. That's scheduled for tomorrow morning. We'll leave it alone. Okay, we got 2 new mods installed. Let's go ahead and get Kerbal running again. And I'm going to mute my microphone and we'll let Kerbal load. And I will be back with you guys, and I'll pop the camera on probably. And we'll go test them out in my personal save, just to make sure they are working correctly. And I'm also going to look up, this evening, I'm also going to look up as to why the Buffalo mod was pulled and why I can't use it. So I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. Okay, guys, I'm back. Alright, let's go ahead and resume the save. I'm not going into the regular save. This is what we would have been playing today. But because I found out about this wheel problem in my personal career, saves us a hell lot of headaches in my other game to where this stuff doesn't want to work properly. So what I'm doing is I'm doing all this in my personal career that I play, and I'm working on the problem in this. That way when we go back to our normal career that we're supposed to be on today, we can run through it properly. Now, what I'm going to do is there's one vessel that I created that is no longer valid because I removed the one mod and I went to go back to put it back in and it's not anywhere to be found. So, what I'm going to try out is I am going to try the caribou one, and I'm going to try to get it set up to where we can possibly get it working correctly. Now, we're going to try out the wheels in this one to see if its wheels are blocked. If they're not, then cool. Then I'll use this. Then I'll use this one and start creating from caribou the vessels that I need with it, which I really didn't want to have to build a whole new vehicle, but you know what? Comes with the territory when you play this game. And for those of you that have popped into the channel, I have my camera off right at the minute because I do not show that I basically don't smoke on camera. I turn it off whenever I do. And I keep it off until I get around to turning it back on, which will be here in just a minute. Now this one is going to be a test vehicle. Test vehicle 1. Let's save it. And you know what? We're gonna put a scientist on board on this one. Let me get that off the screen. Let's see what we can do here. Let's hope this works. If these wheels say blocked, then that's ridiculous. Because these come from Umber Space Industries, not from somebody else's mod. So his wheels should work properly. And I don't care, it doesn't have solar panels, doesn't have, any other batteries on it other than what comes stock with it that are a part of the vehicle. Let me go ahead and do this. And that's under the wrong item, but it's still checked on the camera. Main screen. And yes, we are rolling. Can I steer it? Okay, it was just with the other mod not wanting to work properly. Will my brakes work? Yes. Okay, well, looks like we have that problem taken care of. Looks like I'll be building caribou rovers from now on because my buffalo mod that I like using, I use that one for building because it's more streamlined. Well, a little bit, not much. But looks like I'll be using caribou rovers from now on in the regular ones. So let's go ahead and get you out of here. Let's get back to space plane hangar. Now we know. So now when we build, we'll use caribou and the stock wheels. It might have been just from the buffalo mod that was causing said problems. So now finally we can get off and start running with our career that we were doing. And let's get that loaded up and let's find out where the heck we were at. Let's back out and resume that save. Now that we fixed that problem, now I know. So scatter, I ain't worrying about. Eclipses, work in progress. Yeah, whatever. Let's see. Hey, Kerbal, how you doing? Welcome, guys, and welcome everybody to the Griffin 1971 channel. Sorry I haven't said that. Yeah, I do love the Kerbal rover too, Kerbal 01. But you got up there, SpaceX officially not. They're actually going to that the SES-10 will be the first reflight of a reused stage. That's going to be this October. Have they nailed down a launch date yet for doing that with the SES-10? While we're going into this, I'll wait for my video to catch up with you guys. Yes, I made sure I was well nourished with drinks over here. Coffee and soda, breakfast of champions. GOI2 was not loaded because of Wild Blue Industries terrain thing. Okay, well, GOI2, well, guess what? Bye. I'm not worried about that. I can always go make another one, which is fine by me. Alright, now, what do we have? Works in progress. We have 3 in progress. Oh, and on Halloween? Cool. Have they... Okay, it's this October the 31st. Is there a launch time for that one? Have they nailed down that yet? They've nailed down the day, but wonder about the launch time. Because if it's early enough in the day, I'll put it on the stream. I'll stream that, and then we'll go into our Kerbal. Plant growth, I don't want to lose that because we'll lose reputation. I really don't want to screw that. Ooh. Senska, 25 more days. Our maneuver node on that one. That one is done in 26. I got a launch window for that, which I've got to do a transfer for. Okay, well, let's go see if we can pick up some contracts around Kerbal. And let's build ourselves a craft field research. Okay. Okay, where the temperature scan is located at? Mimbus, sorry. No. Laser surface. Mun. Biome study of Kerbin waters. No. Help the scientists perform experiments at... Let's see. While on the launch pad, location sector... Okay, that's on the Mun. It'll be early morning, 1 to 3 in the morning, typical. I'm not getting up at that. If I'm up at that morning, I'll bring the stream on just to do that. A lot of y'all are probably either just getting up or going to bed because of my time zone. I'll try to. I might be up at that time in the morning. I might. We'll see what happens coming this October. Okay, I love this. If you guys are looking at this on your screen, the biome we're going to the Highlands. Okay, how they created this contract? The situation, splashdown. Does that mean I have to launch a vessel into space, have it come down in the Highlands to do it, or can I just roll over to it? And it says I can do a laser surface scan. I can build a rover to get to the Highlands. It's not that far away. All I gotta do is just climb the hill that's, to the west of, to the KSC, and I can do an EVA report. I can do all that stuff. I don't need to have a vessel going up in here and come down. You guys are nuts. All right, what else we got? SETI contracts, Duna and Ike, E flyby, whatever. Sentinel, map 12 asteroids. Okay, I'm working on Sentinel. Its maneuver node is in 88 days. That's a current contract. Let's see, ISRU. Collect ore from... No, that's too... This here's too early in a person's career. That's way too early. Okay, just to get an ISRU out to Duna and go to Ike, or grab that much units of ore and put that on there, and then land the ore on Duna. Okay, even extracting ore from Mimris and put the ore in orbit of Kerbin. That's feasible. This one's feasible. But landing a craft just to load it up with that much ore just to come back and put it in orbit. If you're going to mine it, use it. You know, bases and stations. Okay, what do we got? Launch the Kerbin Space Station. What is required of this one? Let's see here. Support 4 Kerbals. Okay, cool. Solar panels, curved fission reactors, one or more. Got to have one of the following. Okay, well, solar panels would be the way to go for me, because I'm not about to throw a fission reactor in space yet. Now, can we do this in one or more launches? Can be done in one launch or multiple? Okay, expires in 4 days. You know what? We'll take it, because we can always do that one. It's trivial. This is basically the same thing. Got to launch a new core and put one around Mimbus also. And they expire in 4 days, so you know what? Okay, on the Mun, we want it below 60 kilometers. What about Mimbus? That's below... Amos 6. It's the heaviest launch to date, 5.5 metric tons fueled. What time Saturday? What time is that launch for the Amos 6? If it's at a decent time, then yeah, I'll come on and watch it. And I might do a Kerbal stream that day too. I'm going to do all 3 of these contracts. This one, I can do, but I would do that in one launch to get everything there. Because doing 2 launches, okay, they would have to be back to back, and then they would have to be maneuvered correctly, which will take too much time, which will take a lot of time. 0300, 3 o'clock in the morning. If it's 0300, no, I will not be up at that time. If it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then yeah, I would be up for that. But at 0300, yeah, probably not. That's a little early for me. I generally don't go to bed until that time. Okay, asteroid recovery. No, anomaly surveyor. What do we got? Arctic crash site TMA on 1. Investigate TMA 1, 2, 3, and 4. You know what? Investigate TMA 1 through 4. Okay. You know what? We'll go ahead and accept those. I can have up to 13 trivial contracts. Well, if it's considered trivial, then I'll trivially do it. Alright, let's go build a Caribou rover with all the instruments on it. Might as well. Hey, we got Caribou rovers. I wanted Buffalo. Well, fine. If I can't have Buffalo rovers, I'll use Caribou. Nothing against Caribou rovers. At least they can pop their wheels up and land instead of detaching. Okay, let's close you. Nope, no. Alright, TMA 1, we'll close you off. 2, 3. I'll see them on the list. Kerbin Space Station, I'm not worried about. Mimbus 1, we're not going to worry. Mun, we're not going to worry about it. Rare science results, yes, we will take care of you. And we will also pin you, and you. So we'll have all of those contracts to work with. And we'll do it with one rover. Because as I get to each one, but I need to do EVAs at each one, which is cool. I can exit out, not a problem. Now, let's see here. Let's slap you up here. Alright, let's get you going. Caribou rover, looks like you're going to be called into service for the Kerbal kind. And where's my rovers? There they are. Alright, Caribou, that's Caribou crew cab, passenger cab. Well, they might be out there for a while, so we'll go ahead and throw the crew cab on. And you know what? I might park it out there and turn it into a base. So let's go ahead and slide you to the end. If I'm thinking of that of later on, let's go ahead and pop you on. Now, do I want to throw... Let's get Kerr up here because we're using a wheeled vessel. Let's see, cargo bay. You know what? I can throw a small little reactor in there. Do I have the small reactors? That's a question. Alright, we'll go ahead and throw you on. And we'll get you on with the science experiments on the outside. Ooh, let's go ahead and put you at the furthest end. No, you can't do that. You don't have whatchamacallits. Neither one of you do. You don't either. So that means I'm going to have to throw solar panels on, which, I can do. I'll do what I usually do to do that, is I will stick a solar panel on there in one freaky spot. Let's zoom in here. Put you on. Put you on. Come on, get up there. There you go. Now I can turn off the steering. Come on, attach. Attach. There you go. Now let's flip you to the other side. Okay, you want to be that way? Then fine, we'll go this way then. Come on, behave yourself. Attach. There you go. Thank you. Now, that 3 a.m. launch this Saturday, that all depends on if it's 3 a.m. in the morning on Saturday. I will probably not be on at that time. If I do, I'll let you know Friday if I'm going to be. Kiss cargo crate, good. Okay, we'll put one of you on, and what are you? You're a regular cargo crate. And you're a... Well, I could use that along with the solar panel for when at night I can put a mono type engine on there, but I'd have to come back and shut you off. Next texture, water, chemicals, mulch. No, I'm not even gonna put you on there. Heck with it. Alright, let's open you up. Inventory. Put you there. Where's my EVA items? That's colonization. There's EVA items right there in front of me. I will throw a couple of you in. If I can grab them. You forgot? Well, what I'm doing is I'm going to do rare science results from the Kerbin Highlands, and then I'm going to investigate these weird anomalies at TMA 1 through TMA 4 is what I'm setting up for. I'm also setting this rover up to where I'm going to attach some other, packages to it to where I can increase the science revenue of it. And I want to do that, and I only got certain things open. I do have, it's deployable, I could use that. I can deploy some lights around this when I park it in its one spot. Ooh, I can do more than one? Oh, good. Let's put 4 of them in there. Now please tell me I'm not going to need this wrench. Come on, come on. Give me my wrench. And I'm just going to stock this one up with with some extra stuff on it. Because I might deploy it later, use it for something else. Now, do I have my one solar panel that I want to use? Because if I do, I'm going to throw you on here and watch me blow by it. And no, I did not blow by it. Alright. This is what I'm talking about by having that on board. Because structurally, okay, I hope you're centered. There, that'll provide enough power during the day for when they're sitting there not doing anything. They'll have plenty of power. Won't have to worry about them running out. Colonization modules, yes. What do we have here? Let's see, workshop. It's an auto repairer, but it requires stuff for it. There has got to be a mobile science lab that I can attach without this thing getting tipped upside down. I'll find that in a minute, though. But for now, okay, you want to attach to the back side. Okay, why are you not showing up over here? Oh, there we go. Turn off angle snap, and I get to use it. Thank you. All right, we will place you here. Seismic recorder we'll place on the other side. Now my drills that I want to use for this, they want me to do a laser surface scan and a temperature scan. Well, what I'm thinking about doing is adding in a core sampler and another item, and I'm going to attach them all onto this because I hope I don't want to get them in the way of these legs. So I'm going to attach them differently. Now I know there is a mobile processing lab that I have here that is not going to work for me right at the moment. So I'm not going to add it in. Let's put you in the corner. Actually, we'll put you right here because I gotta put my other items elsewhere. Now your research lab, you're too big and too heavy. Not going to use you. The other one I am not going to use either. It's too big and it's too heavy. Where are you? You're MPL. Where are you hiding at? Should have been in the science section. Why are you not there? Probably don't have it open yet. But I do have another mobile processing lab open. Oh, there you are. You're 3.5 tons. Well, you're big, not going to use you, so you're going to have to gather science. And, well, let me go ahead and grab you. I'm not going to worry about you opening up because I'm going to erase. I'm going to remove what's on it. Now I can do, where is my drills? First off, okay, you're exobit. You're a core driller, okay. Now you can fit on, I am going to put you on the back. You ain't going to attach. Alright, well let's see what the height is of you. How far down can you go? Come on, get right click on you. There you go, system check. How far down can you reach? Okay, you go in and come in at an angle? That's weird. And you're actually flush. So that requires me to move you. Okay, we're going to have to move you here. And that means I'm going to have to block that door on that side. Now, how far down do those legs reach? Deploy. Come on, give me the, there we go. Deploy. Thank you. Because I've got to measure this out so it doesn't clip in when it comes down. Okay, you go down too far. Now you're showing straight. Just where you were sitting at. Okay, let's offset you. Angle snap is off. Do a systems check again. I want to make sure that does not go any lower than the legs. Good job. That'll work. Because there's one thing I don't like. I must hide from Battlefield 1. It's the worst. Why are you... Number one, Matt, why are you hiding? Number two, why is it the worst? And number three, good afternoon and good evening to you, and how have you been? This I've got to hear. Or actually read. This is going to be a fun one. Alright, you're set. Let me get... let's undeploy them. Alright, now, that's that one drill. Now, I do have... Okay. Okay, I can also do you. I will do you on the surface in the Highlands biome. I'm going to do it in a different biome than what I normally do it in. Now, also, while I'm thinking of it, so these guys can transmit the stuff back. Place an antenna right there. Rant incoming. Thanks for the warning. I do appreciate that. At least, as you notice, guys, I have been forewarned of the rant. So if he rants and puts a wall of text up there, I'm not going to yell at him. And mods, don't do anything. Don't worry about it. Let him do his one rant. Let him get it out of his system. And let him throw a little bit of a wall of text up there on this one. Because there are certain people that if they want to rant, I will let one time only. Alright, now. Where is my... That's a zoological lab. I don't need that. I'm looking at my screen for one item. That can't be done here. Okay. You're done. I got you on the ship. Vessel, whatever you want to call it. Where is my other one? That's probably the only one that I can do. Ah, there it is. Surface ablator. That's what I was looking for. And let's angle snap you. Center you in. One more time, we'll put you down there. Now, are you going to miss this leg? No, you're going to drill right through it. Okay, now, I can fix that very easily. You don't like it either, Wolf? Wolf 98, you don't like it either? What is it about that game that you guys don't like? Does it deal with graphics or anything along those lines at all? So I'd like to know because there are times where I'll pick, go get a game because I like doing some shooters, and I want to find out. Okay, you're passing through there. You're hitting that beam. Okay, well, guess what? We'll fix that too. I'm trying to offset you. Thank you. I hate offsetting parts this far, but hey, as long as it works. Now, another systems check. Let's see how well you're going to work. What are you going to bang into? Nothing. Okay, you follow the curve of it. Good. Good, I can do one of them, laser ablators. Now, while I'm out there, you are going to come in handy. Now I'm going to place you right here. Now, what in blue blazes am I going to throw here? Actually, you know what? Let me put you in the center of the vessel. Since you're going to be driving, minimum's 15. Okay. Let me pop off my camera for a minute because I'm going to grab a cancer stick, which, if you are new, it'll take you a little bit to get used to, but this is because I don't transmit it over. Let me read this here. Game is inaccurate. They put the bolt action, Lee Enfield, as a semi-automatic, the bolt action and Lee Enfield as a semi-automatic, and they put the Vickers medium machine gun, which took 5 people to carry and set up in real life, as a pickup, and it weighed 23 kilograms. Well, okay. Number one, the Lee Enfield, I agree with you, is not a semi-automatic. The Lee Enfield is a bolt action, if I remember correctly. The Vickers medium machine gun, which took 5 people to carry, yes, that is correct. And for one person to carry a 23 kilogram weapon and set it up and everything by themselves is impossible. That right there is wrong. Yes, that is correct. That it took 5 people. In real life, it did. The German machine, the Vickers medium machine gun, that is correct. The Germans using French tanks, which is historically wrong. That is historically wrong. Germans never used French tanks. They were all German tanks. They were built by Germans, used by Germans. They never did use French tanks at all. That is historically incorrect. And they got Russia in the game, and they got the French in the game. Okay, Russia did not come into play with... No, you can't hip fire a 23 kilogram machine gun. That is virtually... I don't even think the strongest man in the world could hip fire a 23 kilogram automatic machine gun that's going to have kickback on it like you would not believe. No, that right there is wrong. They are completely off base with that one. Put it to you this way: they're not in the battlefield. Okay, they're way out in the middle of the ocean, drowning when it comes to that part. Especially Germans using French tanks. Come on. Hello, where are you guys? Who made the game, number one? Okay, where was their brains at? I agree with you, Matt. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you. That's not a rant. That's not just a rant. That's pointing out historically incorrect and impossible items within a game. Which, me personally, I do not mind if you come in and talk about a specific, talk about a different game. But I do, give you a little bit of leeway to where you can go for, 5-10 minutes and do your thing, and then you're done with it. Because we are playing KSP, but I do allow 5 to 10 minutes of that little rant and everything, and I do get involved with it because, the only way Russia was a major player in the war, if I remember correctly, that was World War I, was when Germany was invading Russia and going to Leningrad, which was changed over to St. Petersburg. That's the only time that Russia was a major player in the war, was in that theater there. The French were not even involved in that theater. They were on a different front. They never got into the war. They were basically, you could say, basically stomped on by Germany, and that was in World War I. But to consider France a major player. That wasn't until later in the war before they became a major player. Russia didn't become a major player in the war until later in the war. They backed up and let, Germany's troops run out of, basically run out of gas and freeze because they were stupid enough to attack during the winter. Shows you how smart Hitler was on that one. But, I agree with you that the things that you mentioned, Matt, are completely way off base. They are stupid inaccuracies that they should have made sure. At least look at Kerbal, for instance. At least in this, they tried to make it as realistic as possible. And with the craft, they tried to get the motors and the way things move in here as realistic, and a lot of instances as historically correct as possible. At least they tried, and at least they've come very, very close. Battlefield 1, that's not even close. Okay, KSP is within the infield. Battlefield 1, they're at some ballpark 15 miles away trying to find the exit. So Battlefield 1, off my books. You won't see it here until they fix those problems. They need to do a revamp of it, and then I might try it. It's like, idiots. I'm sorry. They're just idiots. And if there's anybody out there that plays that's in chat, I'm sorry. You might want to stop playing it, because if you go and research how they have stuff in the game compared to what really happened, their inaccuracies are way off base. And I'm sorry, you're playing a game that is not historically accurate. If I'm going to play a game, I want to make sure it is as historically accurate as possible. And falls, yeah, okay. I stand a little corrected. Russians attacked Germany, but the major push, that was in Turkey and Austria. Yeah, that was there, but, that was, before things really started falling apart for things. But to have inaccuracies like with the guns, come on. You guys are idiots, I'm sorry. And that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I want to do. And I'm sorry, but there's anybody that's hiding in chat that is, from that, company, that is a worker for said company, you might want to go back to your boss and go, hey, we got a bit of a problem here. We are completely way off base with what we did. And does anybody know who the creator of the game was? And please tell me it's not Eidos. But I don't think they would be that stupid. And it doesn't matter who. Just let me know who it was. He went back to Verdun after 10 minutes. Hey, if you spend 10 minutes in the game and find out that, whoa, they were off base, good job. EA Games. Oh boy, Electronic Arts really blew. Okay, that came out. DICE EA. When did they come out with Battlefield 1? I believe was that in late 90s, early 2000? Because I know I'm sounding way off base, which I feel I am. I should have used robotic parts on this one. What am I thinking? What do I have? I don't have robotic parts. Game Fanatic 1253. Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to the Griffin 1971 channel. Currently working on 4 projects that are over here. 5 contracts to do some science and EVA, and we're going to investigate 4 anomalies. And we're going to take care of something in the Highlands with a Caribou rover. That's the rover right here. I'm just finishing up work on it. And I'm going to load it up and we're going to get rolling. Facts. Smokers earn 20% cash, 20% less cash each year. Unfortunately, I don't have a day job. My job is I get... And thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I'll get the buzz in my ear in a minute if I do get it. But I don't have a day job. I am actually retired, and there's a little ring in my ear. I'm actually retired, and I don't have to. And that part I don't have to worry about. I do allocate funds and everything. And Game Fanatic, thanks very much for the follow. I appreciate it. And oh, the ad. That's not on me. That is not on me. The way around that, the ads, is if you have Twitch Turbo for $8.99 a month. If you do Twitch Turbo, you do not get ads. That means you don't get ads whatsoever as long as you have Twitch Turbo. If you don't have Twitch Turbo, they throw 30-second ads in there. And I'm sorry, that's not on my part. That's all on Twitch. That's with them. And I'll repeat it again when just the ad's over. Just, you know, if somebody will ask them to let them know about that. Oh, you just got the account? Game Fanatic, best thing for you to do, if you can save up the money, number one is get the Twitch Turbo. It's $8.99 a month. That's all you pay each month. Keep renewing it because it removes the ads. You will not get ads, and you will be able to not have that 30-second ad popping up every so often and miss something important. I don't want that to happen. Well, so open beta releases tomorrow on Battlefield 1. Well, a lot of people need to start complaining about that very quickly and fast. Because, well, actually, it's going to happen when they go into open beta. They should have been picking up on that stuff from the closed stuff that they've been doing in the alpha and in the closed beta to where they open it. But if you want to get rid of ads, guys, go Twitch Turbo. It's $8.99 a month. But that's entirely up to you. Even if I had Twitch Turbo, that has nothing to do with my stream. It's all being broadcast from Twitch, and they're the ones that set that up. Now, if I had a partnership with them, then I could run commercials every so often, which I don't do. Yeah, well, whenever you can, best thing for you to do on that, and yes, I will stop this for a moment, and I will explain. And Matt, if you want to jump in on this bandwagon also, when it comes to streaming, first off, have a good quality camera. Hang on, I have a cigarette in my hand, which I'm going to try to keep off screen for a minute. I'm going to take this off. And I know you can probably still hear me. This is a Logitech headset. I run it wirelessly. I have an adapter plugged into my game system to my left. Make sure, number two, the headset, have a good quality microphone to where you can be heard properly. When I first started streaming, I used a bad quality microphone, and the camera I was using was not of the best that I wanted. Make sure you have a good quality microphone and a camera. Please make sure that you have a second screen open. Yeah, have a good mic, yes. Well, it doesn't matter what games you play. Yes, you can stream without the camera. The one program that I would suggest you doing and using is OBS. It's called Open Broadcast Software. Matt, I believe you also use that too. Say that one for later. Yes, it is free. Now, here's another thing for you that you might want to look into. And Matt, I don't know if you've been in a stream. The Red Panda uses what they call face rig software. That way, you don't have to show your face on camera. You can have a virtual person as your persona on stream, which probably next year I'm going to start using. I have what's called the Gray Panda. I'm going to start using my other persona when it comes to playing KSP and some other games. I believe I have, which one is mine? I believe, oh yes, the one that I use, you use the classic, I use the OBS Studio, and I use the 64-bit version of it. And even, yeah, if you check out, yep, that's another good thing that he said. Make sure you have a decent computer system to handle your gaming. Also, to be able to record said gaming experience that you're going to do. If you want to go online with a camera and use your own face or another persona, your system's got to be up there. Make sure that you have 2 monitors, one to play your game on, and, well, yes, you can use mics. You can use the mic on the headphones also, but you got to remember, you got to have it to where your system will actually pick up said microphone from that type of headset, depending on the system that you have. The systems that I have separate ports, but I use a portable one to where I can just wear it. Yep, Matt, even you would use a headphone mic because it makes it easier. Is yours wireless? A wireless headphone mic, Matt? Because they do come in handy, the wireless ones. Because you don't have to worry about any cords whatsoever with wireless ones. Now, ergo, you do have the bit of having to recharge it when you're done, but you know what? I have, let me pull it up right here. This cable that you see that just came into your screen is connected to my gaming one. That's where I hang my headphone at when I'm done streaming. To give you an idea, Game Freak, if one of my guys would type in !specs, you'll see the systems I run. One is a gaming system, one is a streaming system. Oh, you got a huge wire? Cool. As long as you got some distance for it, to where you can, you know, like lean over and move away to reach something, yeah, go for it. But Matt, if you'll do me a favor, if you'll hit !specs, that's SPECS, to pull up the link to my listing of my 2 systems, so that way Game Fanatics 1253 can look at it. That way you can see what type of what I'm using. Ooh, you only got a laptop and no 2 screens. Ew. Well, that does make for a little bit of fun. A lot of fun. Thank you, Games. Take a look at the 2 systems, and you'll see how beefy they are for something for you to work up to. Now, this is not now, not at this moment, for you to work up to. And if possible, try to get a second monitor for your laptop. There should be a VGA port on the side of it to connect a second monitor to it. That way, your other software you can take that's on this one screen here, that using my one hand, the one screen, your main laptop screen, and you can slide your extra stuff over to second window. That way you can have it over there. Let me ask you this. Do you have an HDMI port on the TV and your laptop? Yeah, you can use mobile to read your chat too. But can you connect HDMI up to your TV or even VGA? Would you be able to do that? Because in the beginning, that's what I did. Okay, if you're able to do it with HDMI and or VGA, you can actually. You don't know if you have a cord? If you have to, depending on where your TV's at and where you're going to set up your laptop, you have HDMI in your laptop. What about the back of the TV? Does it have an HDMI port? If it does, you can switch to that, slap things onto your TV screen, and you can actually read chat if you want to do it without a camera. And you can still stream on Twitch, and you can use the open broadcast software and have chat come up on your television screen, and then you just have to look every now and then over to that screen. Okay, yeah, that's the important question. What graphics, number one, and number two, how much memory you got? Those are two big, see, I banged in my desk. Sorry, guys. But as you know, Matt, you know me very well from the streams you come in and some of the chats we have. I don't mind taking the time out to discuss something to help out somebody that wants to do it. And you've probably had a few chats with people too. And you've been coming to here long enough to know I will stop and will help somebody. And that's what I do. Okay, Game Fanatics 1253. Minimum length I would suggest on HDMI is 6 foot. Minimum. Don't go for the 3-footer. Go for 6. If you can pull it off, go for 12. Because then you can sit back, let's say on your couch, run the cable over that far if it's within 12 feet, and you can actually just look up from the screen and look behind it. You use an i3? You use an i3, Matt? I'm using i7s. I think they're like 4th generation i7s. Oh, that ought to be... Yeah, but here's my question. If you're using an i3, what's the graphics? Oh, boy. Got a 3-footer? Okay, depending on which side the HDMI port is on, that's the side of... Right in front of your TV? Okay, well, your HDMI ports are probably in the back of the TV or on the right-hand side. If a 970 graphics card... Okay, you're using a desktop with an i3. Because you're using the NVIDIA GTX 970. Yeah, that's what I use in both my systems is the 970 video cards. 4 gig of RAM. Oh, thank you. We need the RAM, especially with something like this right here. Kerbal that eats up the graphics. Loves to eat it up. Especially RAM. Loves to eat it up, my friends. Your port is on... Okay, the port that is on the cable box is HDMI out. Not in. That's out. The port that you need to look at is the TV itself. Those are inputs on the TV, not outputs. Those are inputs on TV. Cable box is out. You want to have a HDMI in on the TV. And let's get him some batteries for the nighttime. Now, don't get me wrong. There are going to probably be some streamers that will sit back and only talk for a moment or two about something with somebody, and then drop it from that point on. I'll continue to answer questions, and I'll stop a lot to answer said questions. Okay. Game Fanatics, the HDMI ports that are on your TV, those are inputs. That is where you want to connect your HDMI cable to, and then you want to set your TV to the appropriate HDMI channel. And when you do, go into your laptop, go into the display settings, and set it up to where you can have what's called an extended desktop, to where you can extend your display out to fit onto that screen. And then when you do that, now any programs or apps that you open up, you can slap them to that screen and have them open off on the side and play your game on your main screen. But you need to be careful of a couple of things. One, you're going to be, if you don't have at least 8 gig of RAM, minimum to handle having all that stuff open. Number two, your graphics card on said laptop, you're going to have to set your bit rate in your recording software down low enough so it can encode it if you're going to stream. If you're just going to record, then that's fine. You can record that other screen. But like a lot of us we use OBS to broadcast, and we can also, yeah, that is what we're talking about, Wolf. Going live on Twitch if you want to, or even going live on YouTube. You are correct, Wolf. Wolffool98. You are very correct. No, I got what you're saying. But some streamers like to start out small, which is fine. You know, you can start out small. Just make sure that, you know, if you're going to do any recordings, the best thing for you to do is go ahead and use OBS for now if you want, and you can actually have it to where you can record said streams with it. Now, it records it into a specific folder, and it's in the FLV format. Yep, you're right, Matt. 25 kilobits a second is the perfect rate. That's what mine's set to. You'll have to convert said video if you want to have it seen properly, because it's in the FLV format. I convert mine all over to MP4 so that they can be played on just about anything. Okay, I got this set up. Got you here. Got you there. Okay. Now let's check our passenger capacity. What can we handle? Well, I gotta go to Astronaut Complex. I don't have any more crew. I have 10 assigned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 assigned. How'd I pull that off? Well, I gotta go buy me some more. I forgot how much funds I have. Let's see here. Well, we do need a pilot. I have one available, and that is a pilot, which is good. Okay, let me get an engineer. We'll do level 0, start you out from the beginning. It's only going to cost me 25 grand. Let me hire a scientist. Okay, we got those pilot scientists there. Okay, there we go. I might not be able to complete this mission if I don't have that other scientist to load on, but you know what? I got 4 other contracts to handle, so the heck with you. Okay, this one is a field research. What's the agency on this one? Anomaly. Field Research Group and Anomaly Surveyor Group. Field Research Group / AS, not ASD, ASG. If Mr. Labs will give up, actually, you know what? Hang on, Matt. I can jump on real quick. I can get to it faster than he can. There you go. And Game Fanatics, well, it works. Told you. If you had connected it to the backside of your cable box, you would have got nothing. Now, if you want to watch your cable off of your HDMI port, alright. If you want to look at your cable off an HDMI port, connect a cable to the back of your cable box, plug it into one of your free ports, watch your cable in high definition media interface. Now, let's take a look at what you got, Mr. Matt. Oh, nice. I like how you got your clock where you got to sit at. Okay. That's his setup. Alright. I have the space for doing this. So, guys, bear with me for just a second. I am going to do something that I've done before. Okay. Yes, that's me. Hello there. As you can see here, that's where the Asus desktop is. That's my streaming rig. Even though I do have stuff stacked on top, you know, telephone and that. that is where I see, let me get this straightened out for you. That is where I see chat. That's OBS. That's my little timer down there. This is what I play on. This is a separate monitor, separate desktop right there. And that's where I have that. And way down here in the darkness, way down there with the lights that you can see that are flickering a little bit, that's my battery backup. And that's my hand getting in the way. And I'm going to set that right there so it doesn't get in my way. It's going to block off part of my screen, but that's okay. But that's my two setups. Mine are separate. Oh, it's a portable TV. Hey, whatever works, go for it. There's no arguments here. If it works and if it works, do it. But those are my setups. They used to be down under here, under a table. Okay, so I moved everything from down there and split them here. And I have two separate systems, two separate keyboards, so I can run everything. The headset is connected to this one over here. Way over here. That's off screen right now. And yes, I still do bump my table. And oh, by the way, yes, I do have a little clock. And it does light up. But I can still read it even though it's not lit up all the time. At the angle I sit, I can read it. Yep, you can finally use your TV as a screen, Game Fanatic. You didn't realize that, did you? And be honest, you did not realize that, did you? And for those of you that are here, we will move on with this. But I do like helping out other people that come into the stream and ask questions and want to do something like this. I'm going to take the time out of my stream to help them out. I will stop and we'll discuss that with you guys. I'm not one of those other streamers that will ignore things or give you a little bit of information and then just completely forget about you. No, I pay attention to you. Well, Game Fanatics, you just learned something new. Day one. Now, second thing you might want to check out is you might want to do this and listen carefully. Take and run your cable box to your TV, set that on HDMI 1, set your computer up to where it is on HDMI 2. That way you have, two HDMIs. That way you can watch your cable in HDMI now. And let's see, NSW_Relentless, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Griffin 1971 community, and I appreciate your follow. I didn't even stream, and I got 6 views and a follower. Well, Game Fanatic, they were just probably because they wanted to check you out. By the way, I will tell you who. See that gentleman sitting over there? That's my moderator. That's Mr. Labs. And yes, he does look at it. Because number one, okay, TV's on HDMI all the time? Good. He's my moderator, and he will check out names for me. He will also check out songs for me to make sure they're PG-13. If they're not PG-13, they go bye-bye. And I don't allow names in here that are like some of the names that a fellow streamer by the name of the Red Panda had gotten in his stream. So he had to adjust his. And I do have it to where it comes up on the screen. If I have to change that, I really don't want to change my PG rating either because of that. Game Fanatic, you might want to sit back a little bit if it's a big screen TV. Because it's going to be fun. And trust me, it will be. Now, I've been sitting here doing this for a little bit. Guys, we're going to get back to KSP. But I wanted to make sure that this is taken care of with you guys. And we will get back to it. But I need to go refill my drinks. And as Matt knows and several other people know, and for those of you joining the stream, I will be back in 7 minutes. I take a 7-minute break. I don't run ads. Twitch does. I don't. but I do have a break screen that's up on the screen right about now. I take 7 minutes. That gives you a chance to go get your drinks. What is the major difference? First off, Game Fanatics, set your TV to HDMI 2. Go in, hit source on your remote control and change it to HDMI 2. And NSW Relentless, the major difference between it is, yes, number one is mods, and number two, the way is controls. That's about all I know at this moment. I am not a console gamer for it. I only play it on PC only. I don't go to the game console and play it. Guys, give me 7 minutes to go take care of my business. Go ahead, get up, stretch your legs, move about, go refill your drinks if you want to. Yeah, if you got to use the bathroom, go use it now. You got 7 minutes, and I will be back in about 7 minutes. See you in 7. Okay, guys, I'm back, even though I'm 6 seconds early. But anyway, we got our scientists in here, and I'm glad I helped out Game Fanatics 11253. It's good to know that at least I can help somebody out. Now, let's go test out our vehicle. While I'm drinking my coffee, too. Sorry, I got my camera off right at the moment. Just got done coming back, and I never switched it back on. No, I will do that. And that way I can... There we go. Hey, here I am. I'm hiding. Not from anybody. Alright. Brakes. Now, are these wheels blocked? I always like to check. No. Goo. I said put on the brakes. Okay, I don't have to worry about that scientist. Okay. That was a different person. Alright, so we've got to do our little things. Now, let me see if I've done any of these here. Yes, I have. Okay. Alright, well, we can turn. Let me get the brakes off. Well, we're going to run on battery power for a while. But we're going to head to the Highlands. Oh, I know there's one thing I haven't done here yet. Hang on. Collect laser data. Just put on the brakes. Haven't done that yet. Alright, we'll keep the data for now. We'll wait until daylight. And you, Mr. Drill Bit, I haven't collected a core sample from here yet. Please tell me it'll work. And yes, it did. We'll keep the data. We'll save it for the daylight side to where I can actually transmit it without running out of too much power. And off we're running. Whoa, hello. Keep the steering right. Alright, we've got to head in that direction. So, let's speed up and let's get on our way. I believe these tires can handle quite a bit. And what do we have for resources? We have 1,500 in supplies. And I'm going to try to get us going as fast as we can, and we're coast. No, I'm not bringing these out. I don't want to destroy them. Let's turn you on. Let's see here. Let's run analysis. Analysis performed for Kerbin Tundra. We don't get any science for that, dang it. Wish we did. Let's see. Did I do a Tundra one? While we're in the Tundra, let's record seismic data. Log it. Thank you. We'll keep the data and we'll transmit it during daylight hours. We'll transmit you. And we'll do you. Oh, we haven't done around Tundra yet. Okay, well. We'll transmit for the Tundra when we get to the Highlands and in daylight. I've got to make sure that I can complete these missions in one go. And these will drag the batteries even more, probably. Yep. 0.4, 0.2. Well. Hey, Jeremy. We just got done helping somebody with their SAS. Bring me up to point. That's too high. Helping somebody get their laptop set up to their TV through HDMI. And as you can see over here, I'm running science results from Kerbin's Highlands. And that one is currently in progress for 27 more days. And we're also doing the TMA 1, 2, 3, and I forgot to select. Did I miss 4? Yep, and there's floor. And we're doing 4. So we're taking care of a couple of contracts all at once as best we can. And I've got to get to the Highlands. Right now we're in Grasslands. Yeah, there are quite a few ways of doing it. First off, my question to you will be, um, do you build your own vessels? Number one. And I'll wait for your answer on that before I ask the second question. Grassland still. We need to get to a new biome. Still grasslands. All right, where is the biome at? Let's see here. Well, while you're rolling down the river here, or should I say rolling across the grasslands, small map. All right, let's see here. I don't need the big map. Let's see. Terrain. Nope, let's change that to biome. Okay. Let me zoom the map in. There we go. Ooh, that's a big grassland area. Whoa, hello, hit the brakes. Brakes. Get up that hill. Actually, I'm going to park right there for now while I figure out where the heck we are at. Okay. Brakes, yeah. What brakes? This craft doesn't probably come with brakes. The craft that I use, and if you're using 113, which is the version of KSP that I'm using, panic basket? Yeah, let's panic. Brakes, no brakes. Is what I use to get some vessels up into orbit and get them there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to park these guys here for the moment. And I'm going to go to the Space Center. I'm going to show you what craft to use and what to modify it to where you can get satellites, number one, into orbit around Kerbin properly. Number two, get them to where they can get from Kerbin to the Mun and also Kerbin to Minmus. And I'm going to show you here in the VAB. First vessel that I used, and it's very unique, I just modified it. And I use it, and it's the mainstay of launching satellites that I do into Kerbin orbit, also to Mun, and also Minmus. Is I use the ComSat LX25, I believe it is. It is a stock craft. Let me go through my list. That's Dr. Jets. I don't want that. Looking for the stock one. Here it is. The ComSat LX. This is the stock craft that comes with the game that, number one, modify it. It's good to get things to 80 kilometers because this will have the ability to go the rest of the way and circularize. It'll make it. And it sits on an odd angle. Now, this is what it looks like. It has these two fuel tanks on it. Well, what I did is I modified it to where the launcher stage of it. All right, Matt, you have a good one. Take care, and we will see you later. I modified it to, I believe this is the Mark II of that said lifter, and this is the Mark II. I added an extra, see, I got an FLT 200 tank on it right here still. I added in a T800, and I left the T800 already on here. The engine that comes with it is, I believe, the which one is it here? I believe it is the Reliant. Okay, this has the 45, which is fine, which is good. And in ASL, it'll get you to where you need to go. Let me pull up Kerr, and I'll show you. Okay, in atmosphere, that stage right now is at a 134, which is wrong. So I modified it. I did it a second time, which would make it the third version. Is I took this one off. Even though it's a swivel, that's, you know, that's all well and good. But as long as you throw on a reaction wheel, okay, you can throw on a pretty decent sized one. But I went up to this engine, the Reliant. And I'll show you the difference. Now you see it's 1.34 thrust to weight in atmosphere. And it's giving me that much delta V, 3187, which is fine. You know, that's good. There goes the swivel. I'm going to park it to the side. Ah, dang it. Let me grab that. And we'll throw that one on. Now, I have a liftoff weight, NWS. I now have, just by adding that engine, my thrust to weight went up to 162. But here's your catch. Here's the good thing. Well, burn time is different. The burn time for this engine is 2 minutes and 3.2 seconds. Which is enough. With that much delta V coming from it, that's enough to at least get you, and let me check my paper. The minimum delta V required to go from Kerbin to a 80-kilometer orbit is 3,400. And I don't have the link for it. Matt's gone. Jeremy, if you can get the link and post it for NWS, or should I say NSW, excuse me, the Delta V map, so that way they can get it and download it so they can look at it. It's very handy to have. It's very handy. It's appropriate for this version. None of the figures have changed. But this right here, this whole ship, with everything on it, I'll have at least, if I do it properly, I should have 35 meters a second left after I do my circularization burn at 80 kilometers. I should have enough fuel in this tank. And then once I get out of the atmosphere, that changes because the delta V is going to go up as I'm getting up in the space. So I'm going to have more in the tank. Now, this vessel can be used once there's fuel left. Set your maneuver, send it to the MUN. Thank you, Jeremy. NSW. This one here is just a Mark II. I'm going to show you the later one. No, I'm not going to save that because I purposely built it that way. Okay, this is a... Now it says Mark II because I probably left the same engine on it. Let's see here. That's with everything on it. There's the difference. Now, here's the difference. This is actually supposed to be... Can I check? Let me see. No, Matt, that is wrong. That's showing to get you an LKO of 80 kilometers of 3,200. On the latest one that I have, it shows 3,400. No, that one's let's see. Yeah, that's completely different. That's... I have no idea what version of KSP that's for. And no. Yeah, that one's wrong. Yeah, you're gonna have to try a different one. There's got to be a correct one out there. I don't have the file uploaded. That's for what? Wow, that's way outdated. But NSW, this would be considered the Mark III of lifters from the fairing stage down. That's the Mark. This is a Mark III, not a Mark II. The reason why it's a Mark III is the size of the SAS, and from Space Y, the 10R radial SRBs. This one here, as you can see here, on the Kerbal Engineer Redux. Starting off, I added these on with small hard points, which work fine. What I'm doing is I'm burning my SRBs first. I'm saving that fuel. use this for takeoff, ditch that stage, then you got this stage you're working from. Even though it's 120, it's fine because you've already developed a lot of momentum anyway. So that TWR is really not going to play that much of a factor at all. None at all. Because then once you get in outer space and you've burned off some of that fuel, that thrust to weight's going to go up anyway, above 1.5. And then it's going to give you more delta V. Now you can use this to stay as one piece and then launch whatever probe that is on top, whatever you configure it as. Could be for science, could be for communication, could be for any of those things. Doesn't matter. All I did was just reconfigure, and let me get this out of the way. Let me delete that, minimize that. Let me see here. Yep, that's the one. That's the one, Jeremy. NSW, the link that Jeremy put in the screen the second time is the correct one. The one he did at down there at the last text that he typed in, that is the correct link for the Delta V map. That does match. Now what I did here is, as you notice, I extended this satellite to add in this little brother surveillance camera. There is a item that you can install, which for science-wise, I don't know why they would consider it science. Where is it? I don't think I have it here. I got the little brother. Is that the one that... Oh, that has the camera. Okay, there's one that has an antenna. And it's this one here. No, it's not. That's soil moisture. Where do I have it? Ah, here it is. You're welcome, NSW. This guy here has an antenna that's big enough to where I found out from... Yeah, the link is good. That's a good one, Jeremy. Thank you. But what I did was I extended this out. This is one of the Oscar tanks for this stage. All I did was just put it in the middle to balance it out. But there's the tank and the batteries and the solar panels. That's all I did was just modify this satellite. This vessel here will reach an 80-kilometer orbit. Okay, hey, Connor 20. CNNR 20. Good afternoon to you. And Boasty Boast, hello, welcome. This little satellite will, number one, make it to Kerbin orbit. I send it to a 100-kilometer orbit sometimes, and it gets there perfectly. Number two, it will make it to the Mun. It has the fuel to it. Smaller size. You know, if you have a smaller package in here, you know, without this in it, you know, this thing does not have a problem getting into orbit, going to Mun, and going to Mimbus. That's this setup here. I'm a little leery of because of this, but there is one that is a smaller one that doesn't have that on it. Whoops. Yeah, that's a one of the from the Comsat LX. All I did was just modify that stock craft, and I slapped on some SRBs. Let me get Multi-Science 4 up. It's a little bit smaller. There we go. All I did was I kept this tank and this tank. I kept the swivel. Don't ask me why I kept the swivel, but I did. Because I'm using SRBs, I kept the swivel on it. Even though it's not, you know, very efficient. Let me go to the screen here. The swivel is not very efficient in atmosphere. Well, the reason why I kept it is because it only spends, you know, a little bit of time within the atmosphere. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. Let me stay there. I'm going to get that 200 kilonewtons in vacuum. You know, about probably, you know, it's only going to have like maybe, you know, probably a minute within the atmosphere, and the rest is all vacuum. I might switch it over to the Reliant. Get up. Will you quit disappearing on my screen? I might kick it up to that and make it the Mark IV. But but this one has SRBs to get off the pad. No, I am not doing it from Remote Tech. I have used Remote Tech. I have that. I'm going to go back to my other install, my 1.1.2 version, and reinstall Remote Tech and do another Remote Tech series in that version. I don't want to install Remote Tech in this version because I only have just this one said version of it on my system. I would have to have multiple copies, which I can do, which is not a problem. Now, here's the package for said thing. This is a small little package, and NSW, as you can see, it's a small little guy. Oh yeah, well, hey, no problem for that. You're new to Twitch? Well, welcome to Twitch and welcome to my channel. I'm showing NWS. He's having a problem with getting his craft up into orbit. Well, all he's got to do is go in between the fairing and that tank there, which would, without this included, and the SRBs, is add an inline reaction wheel, which I've got to update this one for. Put an inline reaction wheel there. Take and add this tank on, and that'll extend it out that far. Go ahead and change it to where you have 4 of the AV-R8 winglets. Throw them on. If you want to keep the swivel engine, keep the swivel engine. If not, go over here to the Reliant. But if you're going to switch to the Reliant, or still keep this, add on 2 hard ports, throw on 2 Space Y 10R radial SRBs. Because these will burn for just over 36 seconds. That saves fuel in these tanks. Carolina Reaper? Probably does. I'm smart enough to stay away from them. Labs is the one that loves the hot sauce. I'm not touching it. No. That's enough for me. But NSW, if you're running this version, look for in your load list, go down to select a craft, and go down and find the stock one, and then modify it to something like what I have. And if you want to download the video from Twitch, you can, so where you can take a look at it. And I will have this posted up on YouTube on my channel under the same name, and just take a look at it. And what I'll probably do is I might throw an extra video up there. Yep, not a problem, NW. But look for this craft. Look for this craft right here in your load list. Look for this one, and then just modify it and rename it. Make it your Mark II craft. Okay, and leave it as a Mark II. Test it out, run it out, do what you need to do. And if you want to make it a little bit stronger, then rename it after you add these onto it. Make it the Mark III. And when you're ready to upgrade the craft even more by putting a better reaction wheel on it, make it your Mark IV. Because this is the latest iteration. The Mark IV will be my latest iteration. And I will probably post it on, forget the name of the website, Kerbal X. Under my name, Griffin 1971, I'll post a craft without the science equipment on it, just a stock craft that has all these enhancements, including the SSP MK1 from Dr. Jet's Chop Shop, which I love these solar panels. If you don't have the mod, install it. These are excellent solar panels to use. They're dual axis. But launch one of these, and try it. Let's see. Bosley Bones, you do not have enough points. You need at least 5 points to request. Well, let me check something out here for you. I'm switching to my screen to my left. And if you did do a follow, I do apologize. But what I am going to do, not a problem, easily fixable. what I'm going to do today, since I missed yesterday, because I know that you guys were here. Now, you have the points. Now, under the song request, I am going to let you know right off the bat that the maximum song duration is 12 minutes, which is allowed. Okay? Now, within my queue of songs, I have a maximum queue of 20. Now, just to let you know, for viewers, it costs 5 points per song request, up to a maximum of 4. Now I don't know how long you have to wait to add another one in. I believe that is you can do 4 at one time. Regulars, if you're a regular of the channel, it only costs you 4 points, and you're allowed to do up to 8 at one time. If you are a subscriber to the channel, which I don't have a subscribe button, if you subscribe in any other way by donations or whatever, I will make you a subscriber to the channel, and you're allowed to do up to 10 songs. Moderators, your cost per song is 2 points, and you're allowed to do up to 12. Now, if you don't like the song, you'll have to get together with the others in chat, and it'll cost you 100 points, but it needs 5 votes in order to be able to skip, and a veto costs 500. That is just to bring you guys up to speed on that, but the only ones that are allowed to skip songs are moderators. Now, Bose de Bose, if you'll type in exactly what Jeremy706 typed in, you can see your name, where you stand in the rankings, and how many hours you have in the channel, and how many points you have. That way you can at least see. And that goes for everybody in the channel. You can type that in, and you can see, where you stand at. And if you want, go right ahead and do it. Just don't blow up my chat. David Bowie coming soon? Hopefully not to a theater near me, because I ain't paying for the dang tickets. And anyway, there's a couple of theaters near me, but I just don't feel like traveling to them. But if he comes by the end of the year, we'll see. I might go to a David Bowie concert. I'm not sure. I just might. Alright, where's our other vessel? Let's go out and visit this and get it into daylight. Let's go to him. No, we're going to fly. Let's go ahead and get this thing done. Oh, yes, and I am not very good with acronyms. PPFT, if you could please translate that for me. I'm going to have to start keeping a list of these. But as you can see, there is a giveaway. There is a giveaway that's going on is the GTX 760 video card. If you have a system that has a port to handle the NVIDIA GTX 760, please be here this Saturday. I will be giving it away, and you must be in chat in order to be eligible to get it. Don't come in the chat, cast your vote, and then leave and not show up, and then you win. How am I going to get a hold of you? Jeremy, you've done the ghost pepper? I feel sorry for your insides. But you must be here in chat. Now, there is one stipulation. There's one. If you win, you in order to receive said product, you must whisper me. Hit //W and then my name, and you must whisper me your correct name, your correct mailing address, so that I may ship it to you. Without those, I can't ship it to you. And if you don't want to give out that information, and you happen to have won, please tell me, okay, in a whisper, please tell me that you don't want to give it out. Please select the next winner, I'll go ahead and I'll select the next winner, and there will be no animosities about it whatsoever. It's just that it's your decision if you want to give it out. If you do give it out, I will get it out to you in the mail, and I will go to the post office that following Monday, and I will ship it out, and I will get you the information you need to track it. Let's see, Jeremy, were you in Space Run stream yesterday? Now, if somebody's saying Space Odyssey, that's probably talking about David Bowie. All right, let's get to daylight. So I'm not going to do very good with this. And we had a spacecraft go by, which is that one right there. That's the D-Magic station. They want us to do another station. Well, I got one in orbit. Those idiots. Okay, I have no lights on. Why am I drawing power? How much longer do I have until daylight? Where's sunrise at? Let's look in this direction. My skybox is messed up or something. Oh, now I can see my skybox. It's all because of my angle. He was the really bad one at KSP. Okay, there goes one of the planets. Come on, sunrise. There's sunrise. That's what I was looking for. Okay, let's recharge our batteries. Now, word of warning. Anytime you have any type of solar panels or radiators put out, please do not go over 10 meters a second, because they'll automatically retract. And I'm going to try to get up this hill. Bozy, he named a ship after you? Well, congratulations. Oh, it's actually 20 meters a second. Do not get over 20 meters a second. I stand corrected. I just found that out now. It will retract your solar panels on you. Now that we're in daylight, guess what? I can transmit all this information back. Let's get our data back up here. Let's collect hydrogen data, which I didn't do. Review data. And where you at? There you are. Review data. And you know what? Let's grab crew report. Alright. Transmit. This is going to run our batteries out probably. I'm going to let it catch up. He named it the Boyce. Well, at least you got a ship named after you. What is what thing are you referencing? Try to describe what you need me to explain to you about, and I'll explain it to you. And I'm going to go for another cancer stick here, guys. Sorry, but I do turn off my camera, and I will repeat that every time. I'll wait for the video to catch up, and also the battery to charge up. The vessel, if it's this right here, it's a Caribou rover. I added a whole bunch of batteries to the top. This solar panel is from Dr. Jet's Chop Shop. It's a research vessel. I got a scientist on here, which I'm going to do EVAs and collect soil samples. Yeah, it's a Caribou rover. I had to build it because my Buffalo rover, when I was checking it out in my personal career earlier before I did a restream, the wheels, and I'm going to move this down here so you can see this. When I had launched it at the spaceplane hangar and put it on the runway, the wheels kept saying they were blocked. And when I turned it this way, there was nothing blocking it. So I had to go and install the Caribou rover. Then this is from Umber Space Industries, is the Caribou rover, and so is the Malamute rover. They're both from Rover Dude, who does Umber Space Industries. And I just slapped these together. and I'm using this as basically my science truck. It has scientific equipment on it, which, am I in a different area? Yes, I am. Perform grasslands, okay. This little module that is right here, you get later on in the tech tree when you're in career mode. In sandbox mode, everything's open. So this little guy right here is my surface scanning module. Basically what it's for is for scanning for minerals that it can scan for that are used in, oh yeah, there is easy science. There is easy science that you can do one of them is, I believe, that you get in the beginning, and Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, is I believe it is the too hot thermometer. You can, and let me back this out some. Let me scroll this around. I got a bunch of stuff on the screen. You can, get the sun out of the way, block it. Around here, around the KSC, you can get easy science. Every location at the KSC is a separate biome. That means the launch pad is a separate one. The crawler way that goes from the launch pad to the VAB is a separate biome. The VAB is a separate one. So if you have a bunch of scientific instruments that you can use on the surface, create a vehicle, load it up, and yes, it's painstaking. And each biome you can also do an EVA, and if you can do it, do surface samples. And you can do it at every biome at the KSC. And basically, that's tedious, but you know what? Third or fourth tier? Alright, Bose, you got to go? Alright, have a good one. Third or fourth tier? I think so, Jeremy. I'm not sure. I'd have to go look at it. But it's a good way if you can get it open. That's a good way to go and get yourself science from there. If you can get it to where you can do EVAs. Now, on the surface, you should be able to do EVAs. You're not in space, which you should be allowed to do. You do an EVA, and then you can do a report there. You can do crew reports. You can do scientific experiments. That's, quite a few things that you can do. And then we'll go ahead and transmit the last of the science. There we go. Now this little guy I'm going to leave out there. Once I'm done with this rare science results from the highlands of Kerbin. Okay, situation splashdown. Okay, basically I probably got to put it on its landing legs and have it sit there, and then do the science and everything, get it done. If it doesn't say splashdown, if it doesn't accept that, I am going to go into the F12 screen and complete the contract, because that shouldn't be a requirement, because you can build a rover to do this easy. And then once that's done, I'm going to do the TMA ones. I'm going to do them in a separate stream. So we got, now that should be, everybody should break these. Especially I don't want to break one panel. It's giving me enough power to refill my batteries during the daylight. And we go into the shadow. Still in direct sunlight, no energy flow. Not because it's in a shadow. I like how it shows it. Still no. Okay, we're not in a. No energy flow. How are we not getting energy flow when we're recharging the batteries? Come on. I need to go in and look at that. Alright, let's head 270. Let's head directly west. And I'm going to park the. I'm going to retract them. Because I'm going to floor it. And we'll just see how well this vessel lasts. Okay, that is not what I was expecting on the panels. Let's retract them first before I do another retract. This is a dual retracting one. Alright, I'm going to leave it sit just like that, and we're going to floor it. Come on, Pavel. Gun the engine. Floor it. No, I'm not going to add SRBs to the side of this thing because I don't want to have a truck that's doing Mach 1. I wonder how it would survive, though. Huh. That just got me a weird idea, and I just might try that out sometime. I'll do it in my own save just to see how it works. My own personal career. Test it out. Just for the heck of it. Just for the giggles. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. I'll do it, but I'm going to do it in my personal save. That way I can test it out. And then if I like what I see, depending on the SRB, you know, we'll test it out. And I'll make sure it doesn't take off, though. I'll make sure it stays on the ground. But I'm probably going to have to put a lot of wheels on it. Will look neat, though. I can just see it now. Thank God it's not Jebediah driving. Jeb would want to try to get this thing to fly. Now, if I work it right, and I can get it to get up in the air, what I'll do is I'll throw parachutes on it, and I'll parachute it back down to the ground. I'll give it a go. Not in this save, though. No. Because I want to do it in personal career. I have a lot more money and science opened up to do what I need to do. But I'll probably do it. I might do. You know what, Jeremy? I'm going to try to start at 4 tomorrow. You know what? We'll take the same setup, this truck, and we'll modify it to where we can throw SRBs on it. And we'll start with the small ones. And then we'll test them out from there and see what happens. And then I'll just revert the save, revert the mission, and we'll try other ones. And we'll see what the best ones are that we have for it. Yep, that's what I was thinking, the fleas. I was thinking of the flea SRBs. Yes, I was. And what I'll do is I'll get it off the runway, and I'll turn it to where it's away from the water. But the first one we do with the fleas, we'll aim it to the water and let it run down the length of the runway that way. The second time we do it, we'll drive it off the runway, and we'll aim it toward the highlands, the grasslands and the hill, and we'll see what's going on in that direction. We'll see what we can do, but I'm going to throw parachutes on it, because if it gets up in the air, I want to be able to parachute it, and I want to test that. And we're going downhill. Come on, floor it. Gun those motors. We're almost there. Okay. And hey, come on now. Don't freak out on me. Hold on, guys. The other wife wants me. Let me pause this real quick and let me see what she wants real quick. Hang on. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do is, I'm sorry. Um, NSW, Wolfful 98, Jeremy, and all of the others that are viewing the stream right now. I have got to go, and I have got to go get us some dinner. Um, I do apologize for that. I will be back tonight again. I'm going to do another stream, but this time when I come back on, I am going to do Skyrim. Now, I'm going to be back, and I'm going to set my clock. You stay on this screen with me. That is how long I'm going to be gone for. It's an hour and 24 minutes. In that time, I'm going to stop what I'm doing, and head over to the fast food joint that's right across the street from where I live at, and grab us some dinner. And what I'm going to do is, when I come back, I am going to go into our Skyrim adventure. I will save this right here where we are at, and I'm going to stop the vessel, save its exit from where we're at right now, and go ahead and save that, stop this, and then I'll restart the stream at 9:15 p.m. So if y'all would like to come back at 9:15 p.m., you're more than welcome to come back. It would be greatly appreciated if you do. If not, if you got other things to do, no problem. No hurt feelings. It's just that we have real life that gets in the way. So I will see you guys tonight again at 9:15 this evening, and we will get into our Skyrim adventure. Jeremy, if you can make it back, I hope you are the same time zone I am. If you would please do your little thing of catching my kill shots. That would be great. So guys, I will see you in an hour and 23 to 22 minutes, and we will be back at that time. So I greatly appreciate you all coming. Thank you all for the follows that have followed. I will see you again this evening. 9:15 p.m. will be our Skyrim adventure, and it'll be day 20 of that adventure. So y'all have a great night. Y'all take care, and I will see you then. And come on back if you want. Adios.